Hello, my name is Herb. This is the panel to my AirTap water heater. It's the ATI66. I'm having issues with it. It is 2 o'clock and I set it up to turn it on now at 2 o'clock. I have it in heater mode, and if we look, the temperature in my tank is 49 degrees. If we push this button, it shows the top tank of the temperature is 49 degrees as well. In heater mode, this is supposed to work just like an electric heater, which is supposedly the least efficient but the quickest way to heat the tank. I turned it on at 2 o'clock, and I will come back in a while and show you some of the problems that I am having with the tank and explain them to you then. Hello again, I'm back, and it has been almost an hour, and if we look, the tank temperature still shows 49 degrees and the heater element is still on. If we look at the book, this is the AirTap hybrid water heater book for the ATI66. This section where it talks about the operating modes, if we look at auto mode, it says auto mode runs the unit as a hybrid to confine the efficiency of a heat pump with the high hot water delivery rate of an electric water heater. And at the bottom, it says if hot water demand were to rise above normal levels, the electric element is triggered. In the heater mode down at the bottom, it says in heater mode, the heat pump is deactivated and water is heated by electric element only. So in heater mode, it should work like just a standard electric water heater without any of the efficiency. Except here we are at an hour, 55 minutes, and the temperature of the tank is still 49 degrees. And the heater is on, and we're in heater mode. And what's going to happen is in just a minute, the heater is going to turn off, and the heat tank is going to go in warm mode. And this is the problem that I have been having with this tank and the previous tank. I've only had this tank for about 4 weeks because my other one broke. The air pump broke, and so we had to run it in heater mode only. And this is where we figured out the big problem. So in heater mode, oh, and there it went. You see the heater just kicked off. I wasn't touching anything. And here is why, is if we press this button, which shows the top of the water pressure, the top of the water tank, it's at 135 degrees. So the top of the tank is 135 degrees, and the water heater just kicked off. Warm means that the water is warm and it's not heating it anymore. So in heater mode, I don't have hardly any hot water. If we look at in the book again, at the exploded view of the tank, which is this picture here, it shows that the electric element for the heater is right here in this tank. And as everybody knows, heat rises and cold sinks, so the heater element being here in the tank, it's only heating the very top of the tank, and all of this water down here at the bottom of the tank is cold. So this does not work like an electric water heater, which it is supposed to do. So it is very efficient because it doesn't actually heat the water. It only heats a very small portion of the water. Now, were I to go take a shower, I would have 3 to 5 minutes, and then the water coming out would be 49 degrees. If I shaved before I tried to take a shower, I would have water for maybe 2 minutes. So this does not work as an electric water heater as it has been shown to me. Now, it could be that I've had 2 defective tanks in a row, or it could just be a serious design flaw. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it back to auto mode, which will turn the heat pump on, and in 3 to 5 hours, most of the rest of the tank will be up to 135. So I'm going to start that now. I'm going to switch it over to auto mode. You'll hear the fans kick on. And you'll notice that the heating element still is not on. So I have 135 degrees at the top of my tank. The electric element is off. I'm in auto mode. I'm now using the heat pump to heat the rest of it, and it's going to take probably 2 to 3 hours to heat the rest of my tank, and I will come back later and show you that. Alright, hello again, and here we are, and it is almost 5:30, and It's been 2.5 hours and the temperature is almost up to 96 degrees for mid-tank. And one of the things I would like to point out is another kind of an issue with the electric water heater off. The top of the tank has slowly been dropping in temperature, and so the top of the tank is now down to 123 degrees. So if someone were to try and take a shower right now, they would again have just minutes of hot water before, usually just enough to get to the point where they're going to wash their hair when they run out of hot water. But now the rest of the tank is 96 degrees, so that it would be a cool shower, not a freezing shower, but that's still pretty unacceptable in my opinion. I have the tank set so that actually when it gets down to 119 degrees, the electric heater will kick back on and run it back up to 135. But it has slowly been dropping. The manufacturer's settings, that the way it was delivered, it was actually having to drop down to 80 degrees before the electric heater would kick back on. So yeah, this was just not doing what we need. And so this is just one more of the issues of the way this water heater is behaving. And I will be back later when we get to closer to full tank temperature. Hello, it's me again. It's now 6:15. This has been in auto mode using the heat pump to try and heat the water now for 3 hours and 15 minutes about-ish since the electric heater's gone off and this has switched over, and we've gone from 49 degrees up to 50 degrees, or up 57 degrees. And this I found very interesting. I just pulled this off of Heagh-Avritt's website, and if you look here, it says, why is AirTap Hybrid better than a tankless instant hot water heater? If you look at this last sentence there, it says, while consumers typically buy tankless systems for their ability to provide unlimited hot water, the AirTap can do the same for a fraction of the cost and energy. So that's not quite instant hot water. So I'm not real sure what they're going out there. Once the tank does fill up, I usually get like 2 quick showers out of it. My wife gets up before I do. If she takes a shower, I know I have to wait about 20 minutes so that the top of the tank will heat up first. And yeah, if you notice, the top of the tank is slowly dropping down. When it hits 119, it'll kick the electric heater back on to heat it back up to 135. So right now we have even less hot water than we did when we started, and this has been continually trying to heat the water for the last 3 hours, 20 minutes or so, and the temperature at the top of the tank is going down, but the average tank temperature is going up. So not sure what they meant by, this better than an instant hot water heater. I guess we'll have to have them try and explain that. Hello again. It's now 6:45. My temperature is up to 112 degrees at mid-tank. One of the things I wanted to show you is that the top of the tank is slowly dropped down, and it's now down to 121. The way I have this configured is if it actually gets down to 120, it will kick the electric heater back on, and you'll see that come up here, and it'll run the top of the tank up to 135 degrees, and this won't necessarily change while the electric heater is on. And this is just one of the tricks that we learned over the last couple of months of trying to be able to take more than 2 showers. Is if we came out and we saw this, we would run the hot water in the house to get that down just a little bit into the 119 range so that it would kick the electric heater back on, and then we would wait until the top of the tank got back up to 135 before the first person took a shower. Then we could wait like 15-20 minutes between showers for the tank to heat up from here to the 135 again, and then another person could take a shower. And if we were real considerate and came out a lot and checked that, then we could get 3 people through the shower before the water dropped down too low and we just couldn't get any more people through a shower. So in eco mode, running, being very careful, spacing the showers out, we could get 3 decent sized showers before we ran out of hot water. And it didn't make it down there while I was standing here talking to you, so I'm going to let you go now, and I will be back when it gets hotter. Hello again, and here we are. It's almost 7 o'clock. Temperature is up to 115, and the heater kicked back on. It's got the top of the tank back up to 131. So again, that'll hit 135 here in the next 2 or 3 minutes probably, and then it'll turn the top off, and the water temperature will still just be at 115 degrees there. So another issue, I wonder, that might be what they mean by the electric heater assist, but we're hours and hours into it, and I still don't even have my first tank of hot water yet. So, be back later. Hello again, and here we are at 8:37. We started this little experiment at 2 o'clock this afternoon. My water temperature is finally up to 133 degrees. Top of the tank, 134. My finally says it's hot. Yeah, that isn't anywhere near what I would expect from a hot water heater. As far as a hybrid goes, I'm not super impressed. Just a standard tank heater, I have better hot water. This was supposed to like save me energy and give me more hot water, and yeah, it's just not working out for me real well the way it is. Hopefully something's broken and that they can fix it, but if this is the way it's supposed to work, then it's not very useful for me. So that's it for now. That's what I wanted to show you guys. Good luck. Hopefully you can give me some good news. Bye.